Welcome to episode number 18 of Money Talks with your boy, Reezy Resells. Man, oh man, I'm excited for this episode. I just got back from Chicago, and boy, are my arms tired. I guess I forgot to say that I flew in, but you know the deal. Shout out to Facebook, shout out to Instagram, and we're on YouTube. Real quick, I want to lay out some guidelines. If you have questions, put those in the chat, but please put question in all caps and then put your question. That way I know it's a question and not just the chat room that is the Reezy Ninjas chat room. Because if you're listening cast, because I put these episodes on my podcast. If you didn't know I had a podcast, I'm not only a broadcast, it's a podcast. You're missing out on the engagement with the other Reezy Ninjas in the chat room. The chat room goes hard. There's probably 1,000 or many more comments in the chat room every time. And, only a couple hundred questions or less, like maybe even less than 100 questions, but 1,000 comments. So the chat room goes hard in the yard. And if you're only catching me on the podcast, tune into the YouTube 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time so you could get involved with the chat room. I think some people show up just to get in the chat. They don't even care what I have to say. They just show up for the chat. Let me go through and give out some props to people that I know that got bell alerts on that came here right away. We got DJ B Resells, Alexander Ye, my young protege. We got Big West, y'all, bumping out the big chest, y'all. Shout out to Kim, the OC Thrift Shop. Shout out to Jam Piece from the East. He's a beast. We got Kenny Advocate. We got TJL Resell looking swell. We got Rhonda Marsh, never coming harsh. We got Alicia Yoder. I can't think of anything that rhymes with Yoder. We got Rocco Marcy coming through, hella sparky. We got Drew Ceratops, not a Triceratops. That's a Drew Ceratops. Shout out to The Land Before Time. One of my favorite movies. Who else we got in here? We got the New York Book Department. Wow, the whole New York Book Department. We got Tina's Closet. We got Miggity Mike. I can't not say his name like that. That's just how it goes. We got Brian Miller, Staying Iller. We got the Posh Hanger. Moderator alert. Don't flirt. Just kidding. Anyways, we got Bianca Ibarra, we got Thrifty Boss Babe, we got the Thriftologist up in here. We got Darcy Presley. All right, we got Jessica Bright coming with some firelight. All right, guys. So so yeah, guys. I just got back from Chicago. I was at the Reseller Rally, and it was super amazing. It was a great time. I got to meet up with a bunch of people. I love anytime I can hang out with Nicole and Joe State, for one. Joe is hilarious. Shout out to Joe for keeping me laughing like the whole time, and for also telling me about the Gucci Mane cloning conspiracy, because I wasn't up on the whole Gucci Mane was cloned. So yeah, I had to look into that and dig up some knowledge about Gucci Mane being cloned. If you don't listen to rap music, I'm sorry, you'll never get that, but whatever. So I just want to talk about how cool the Reseller Rally. So first of all, everybody was super rad and super positive, aside from this one drunk chick that, the bar opened at 4 and they cut her off at 6, that's a fast cutoff rate. You know what I mean? So as soon as we got her out of there, everything was legit. But it was really cool to meet everybody, to meet Chad, Golden Finger Picker, to meet Pete, the Craigslist hunter, to meet, dang it, I forgot everyone else's name. Heart Pickers, I believe. Hazel Hearts Vintage, I got to meet her. And it's just, there's internet. And on the internet, people talk, but in real life, people walk. And when you can meet people in real life, shake their hand, bump chest, put your chakra next to their chakra, it's a whole different ball game. And you can't fake real life, guys. And so, yeah, so it's just super awesome to meet people and come through on an authentic level, like 150,000%. And here's a couple of the things that I took away from the conference when I was listening. So the one thing that I think was maybe the most solid tip, in my opinion, was Chad Golden Finger Picker was talking about. He was basically talking about the gift of gab, and he was talking about speaking to people, and he was talking about how you can have opportunities in life from speaking with people and being nice, and just like getting around. He talked about if he goes up to an estate sale and they have a dog, he's going to pull out his phone and show pictures of his dog and be like, yeah, I got a dog too. And you know what I mean? Just spark up the conversation, just hit them with the icebreaker. Um, and just anything from talking to the cashier at the grocery store to whatever, it can all bring you opportunities. It's definitely not going to hurt you. Him and his wife were talking about, they pick together a lot. And he was saying that they like going to sales where people have like high prices. Like, how they'll have like the eBay, then of course it's not a completed price. It's an eBay, a current listing or whatever. And so it's not a sold item. So we know obviously that doesn't mean anything, but a lot of people who don't sell on eBay, they think that's what something goes for just because someone lists it for that. And it's totally, totally not true. But anyways, a lot of people get scared away when they see people having high prices and having eBay printouts or whatever. And he actually said he takes that as a challenge. And, you can beat these people down nicely with your kindness and negotiate your prices back. And it's actually really awesome, because instead of, they'll actually be at a sale and they'll hear another reseller or someone, being mad about a price that's way too high. And they'll take that as their opportunity, for one, to notice that someone's interested in that item, and for two, to go over there and actually get the price that they want, not the price that the seller wants. Because let's face it, if they wanted to sell it on eBay, they would. They obviously don't know about eBay. So, they're not eBay sellers. So don't think that that's going to stop you, and don't be scared. And they even talked about negotiating in retail stores. They said they got, I think it was like a $1,600 patio furniture set, like a full setup, gazebo, umbrella, fella. And it was like 1,600, and they got the display model and they talked them down to $400 for everything. And, one of the items, which was $400 on its own, which I think was the first item they started negotiating with, they were like, I'll give you 100. And the manager was like, no, I can't do that. And they just walked out. And before they walked out, the manager got a hold of them, grabbed them, said, hey, I can do 100. And, they started talking business. So don't be scared if prices are higher than what you want to pay. There's a great chance that you can flash a smile, spit some game on them, and be able to come to an agreeable price. If not, maybe they don't sell it that day. They hit you back up the next day, give them your business card. Golden Finger Picker was saying even when he goes to restaurants and he pays the bill, he puts his business card in the in the check, whatever the heck you call the check thingy, the thingy that holds the check at the restaurant. I think there's a name for it, but whatever. Basically, yeah, don't be scared. The barter system's back in full effect. The other thing was just to hear Pete, the Craigslist hunter, tell his story about coming over from, I believe, Poland. Don't quote me on that if I'm wrong. I'm sorry, Pete. I believe it was Poland. But he said that in Poland there's a black market, and it's not like a euphemism. It's like what we would call the flea market. But I'm assuming, obviously, I kind of wasn't paying attention at some parts, but I think what he said was that it's illegal to sell or something. So, it's like a bootleg flea market, where they could get in trouble for selling it or whatever. But his family would sell there, and he started to sell his own stuff there. And he would trade actual peanuts to his friends at school for their Hot Wheel or their Matchbox cars. And then he would sell them on the weekends on the black market and make a ton of money as a kid. I think he even said he was making like the equivalent of an annual salary as a kid in Poland, selling Matchbox cars that he traded for with peanuts. So that was pretty exciting. And just to hear his whole story about, America is the land of opportunity. And, he came here and built what he has out of nothing. Just a really cool dude with a lot of solid knowledge, a good YouTube channel. It's not Amazon, it's not books, but it's very interesting. And from watching his channel, you can learn about the value of all kinds of stuff, because as a picker, you got to develop your eye, right? Your eye. You got to see stuff. You got to know, hey, what are those weird greenish binoculars? You know what I mean? If you want to know, go check out Pete's most recent video. He made a video about some pretty cool binoculars that he scored. And that brings me to another topic, which is pretty awesome. And that is that, you know what I've never heard? I've never heard anyone say, they were born with a silver spoon in their mouth. They had it made in the shade, and now they're on eBay getting paid. I've never heard that ever. What I do hear is, I grew up with nothing. I'm an immigrant. I used to sell candy at school. I used to sell Hot Wheels, et cetera, et cetera. We all have this hustle that's ingrained in our DNA. And, I think maybe some people just don't have it. And I'm not even sure if you can learn it, but I just know that almost everybody that I know that's a full-time seller sold stuff when they were a kid, at school, candy, whatever. And I think that's important quality to note, that all these successful full-time entrepreneurs all sold something as kids. They realized it at a young age, and that's really awesome. So the other thing that was pretty funny is that Joe ripped his pants. So Joe State of State's Place, yeah, I love Joe. Joe's so funny. Shout out to Joe. He's hilarious. And I actually roomed with him, and he had me laughing all night long. But yeah, he ripped his pants, totally ripped his pants. So he was giving a talk, and I guess the funny part is he was actually wearing ripstop pants, some nice camo joints too, I believe. And yeah, he was like, hold on, guys, I'm going to sit down. He goes to sit down on the stage, and blam, he ripped a 14-inch hole in the inside of his thigh on his pants, like fully could see his thigh. And so he had to take off his super badass punk rock jacket and cover up his leg or whatever. But it was the funniest thing ever. You couldn't have planned anything that funny. It was so funny. Another thing that was really cool that they did at the event, which I think was Craigslist hunter Pete's idea, was that they had, what was it? They had, they came up with this thing where they had shirts and cups to give away for the Reseller Rally. And so what happened was, if you got a cha-ching on your eBay app during the conference at any time, you would hold your phone up above your head, and then they would tell you, go ahead, go get your shirt or your cup, and they'd verify your sale or whatever. So I just thought that was a really just a super awesome way to engage the audience and to just demonstrate to other people that, like, yeah, we're sellers, people are selling, people are getting money. And it was super funny. They're like, now don't go and start buying stuff from each other, guys. So that was kind of funny. Another thing that was talked about was, they didn't really talk about this, but they did ask, most of the sellers on the panel were eBay sellers, right? And some of them sell on eBay and Amazon, but pretty much everybody had the same sentiment when they were asked about Amazon and or why they don't pursue it more, or why they prefer eBay or whatever. And basically they said that they love the thrill of the hunt, finding that vintage jacket or those World War II binoculars, or that 1956 New York Giants team signed baseball that was in a bread box, or just whatever, just like the thrill of the hunt of finding these things and then buying them for 50 cents and selling them. That's enjoyable to them. They love it. It's a treasure hunt. And I love it too. I understand it, because that's where I came from. I came from eBay. I'm a second generation picker. My aunt is a vintage clothing dealer. And so I've been in the game since long before I wanted to be in the game. I wished I got new clothes, but all I got was Goodwill clothes. And I kind of realized that, that I love that a lot, and I'm not really doing it anymore because I'm super focused on my Amazon business. And Amazon's a thrill also, but it's different. It's not the thrill of the hunt. It's the thrill of making money. So when I scan a bunch of shoes or a bunch of books and I find a $50 book, a $100 book, or whatever, I'm excited, but it's different. I'm excited for the money that I'm going to make. I'm not excited about the item specifically. I might not even look at the title of the book or, what shoes did you buy today, Reezy? I don't know. I just scanned the barcodes. It's not worth, I'm not that interested in the item to pay attention to it that much. And so I don't know if people talk about this a lot, but the eBay sellers were saying that, yeah, Amazon feels too much like a job. It's the fun part of it is not there. And, a lot of them quit corporate jobs or whatever to work for themselves. And so when they work on their Amazon business, it feels like you're back at your corporate job, just sitting at a desk. You're not on a treasure hunt. You're not doing things that you're super interested about. I'm not going to take any calls right now, guys. I'm going to say what I got to say, and then I'll take some calls. But anyways, I just had a revelation about it, and I was just thinking about it. I was like, man, I really love that too. And so I think I'm actually going to start selling more on eBay. And there's two reasons. One, obviously three reasons. One, I'm going to make money. Two, I really love doing it, picking weird random stuff that you can't sell on Amazon because it's weird and it's random. It's used clothing, it's whatever. And three, I know it's good content for my YouTube channel. I know people like to watch haul videos. I like to make them. I like to share that information with you because it's not just Amazon sellers that follow me. There's eBay sellers and there's people that do both. There's obviously exceptions to this rule or whatever you want to call it that I'm talking about right now. But, some people do eBay just like a business. They're not really about the thrill of the hunt. They're selling the similar, barcoded stuff or wholesale or private label or whatever. It's different. It's the thrill of making money, not the thrill of the treasure hunt. And I really wanted to share that with you guys because I kind of almost forgot about how much I like the treasure hunt for stuff. It's really fun to find something cool, to share it with you guys, to sell it to someone who's going to appreciate it, and it's not going to go to a landfill, That is actually really, really awesome. The other thing, which I kind of touched on this, is just meeting people and just actually touching people and feeling them out in person. So for me, I was real excited to meet all the other YouTuber resellers because I'm sure they know of me, but had they met me in person or whatever, no. And who knows how they actually feel about me, but I kicked the door down and I put myself out there, and now you know who I am, how I actually am, and you could make your judgment if you want to or not. But it's a lot different than, they're just trying to watch this little piece of content or whatever and assume you are however you are because, no one really watches everything someone makes. And that was great for me. Of course, also awesome to see all the Reezy ninjas that came out. Shout out to Elena Knight, who flew out from London. That was pretty crazy. She came from London to the Reseller Rally. Chicago pizza, it ain't as good as New York pizza. That's it. That's all I got to say. It's all right, but so much starch, you know what I mean? And the New York got that water, man. The recipes in New York and the water and the coal-fired pizza. I love you, Chicago, but your pizza is not as good as New York pizza. I'm sorry. Oak Brook Clothiers, sorry. It's just how it is. Yeah, I drank a lot and I didn't really get too wasted. I must have been just super high energy, but I was doing lives on my phone. I did the 2 longest lives I've ever done. If these Instagram homies that are on here right now knows what's up, but I was rapping on Instagram Live. I think I did 2 live broadcasts that were over an hour, and my phone was so hot I could barely hold on to it. It was like burning my hand. One of them crashed my phone, so I wasn't able to save that one. But the other one that was done in the bar lobby at the Reseller Rally where we were talking about trash to treasure, that one got saved, and I will post that one to YouTube after I watch it to verify that it was appropriate, which I don't know what I even mean by appropriate because my channel is pretty much rated R. I guess I'm checking to make sure it's not NC-17. But we were talking about trash to treasure, and there was a lot of stuff. We were talking about selling stuff that people didn't know you could sell. So someone was talking about selling acorns. Someone was talking about selling egg cartons. Someone was talking about toilet paper rolls, palmetto berries, pine cones, tumbleweeds, expired Starbucks gift cards, Victoria's Secret bags, just the bag, no panties. I can't remember it all, but I'll put it up on YouTube so you guys can check it out. Let's see. Where are we about to go to? Let's go into the recommended reading real quick. So I got 3 books here I want to share with you guys just real quick. First off is The 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss. Boom. 4-Hour Workweek, Tim Ferriss. Yeah, we were talking about also selling sand and driftwood. A lot of stuff. Technically, I'm sure taking sand or driftwood from the beach is illegal, but we're not talking about legality. We're talking about making money, so that doesn't even apply. Anyways, so check it out. This book, The 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss, it's a pretty good book. Do I think Tim Ferriss actually works 4 hours a week? No. I'm pretty sure he works a lot more than that. But the concept is great. The concept is basically get your work done and prioritize it so that you can be on to the fun stuff in life. And so if that's what you're about, this book can probably help you understand how to work a lot less hours and achieve more and have the lifestyle that you want. But I'm kind of in disagreement with this, for one, because I guarantee you that Tim Ferriss works way more than 4 hours a week. Guarantee. But at the same time, I kind of don't, I don't believe in this so much. Like, if you were to combine this with Gary Vee's Crush It, I would subscribe to that title, because I don't believe in just like working a little bit and then like all the leftover time, that's where you live your life and have fun and do your passion or whatever. I think you should follow your passion 100% of the time, and you should be so damn good at it that they can't ignore you, and that, the money will come eventually. As long as you truly do it, the money will come. And, it's going to take all of your time to do that. So it's going to have to be your passion, or you're going to go crazy. So that's what I believe in, but you can learn some stuff from this book, and I think you guys should read it. Let's go on to the next one. I'm about to take a water break. Side note, if you ever hate on me for taking a water break, you're banned permanently. Water gives a life. What are you guys talking about? Next book, boom, 10X Rule by my man Grant Cardone, real estate mogul. If you don't know who Grant Cardone is, you played yourself. He's a real estate mogul. I'm sure he's got a podcast. He's all over the place. Again, another person I learned of through Gary Vee. Shout out to Gary Vee, the GOAT, capital GOAT. But yeah, basically the premise of this book is that you need to work 10 times harder than you think you need to work, because society has trained you to work a certain level that will result in you having a middle class lifestyle, right? And that's cool. That's okay. That's something you should attain and look for. That's not something that you want. You're much greater than that, and you don't need to stop there or anywhere. But what this book says is that take that work ethic that society has programmed you to work at for the middle class and 10x it, 10 times harder. That way, when you fall down and you get back up, all of those 1x people, they're still 6x behind you. You're still 6 laps ahead of them, because they are putting out the bare minimum of effort that society demands of them to be socially acceptable. Well, you can 10x that, and you have a huge advantage over them. Huge advantage. The other thing that I learned from this book is that success is unlimited. So just because someone else is successful, even in your exact field, it doesn't mean that there's any less success for you. It actually means the opposite. It means there's plenty of success for you. It means that they've validated the possibility of success. Excuse me. So you should never hate on another man or woman for their amount of success, even if it's in your direct field and they're your neighbor. All they are doing is proving to you that yes, you can be successful. And that's an amazing thing. The other thing is that I want to put my twist on this, is that Yes, success is relative, Anthony. Anthony Resells said success is relative. It's completely relative. But the other thing that I wanted to put onto this, I think I just totally forgot it. So whatever. Anyways, on to the next book. Totally played myself right there. The next book is the Zappos book, Delivering Happiness. This book is amazing. Anyone can do it. Success, definitely. Right here, this book is super amazing. Zappos, Delivering Happiness. Let's go ahead and I'll read the back of this. It says top 10 reasons why you should read this book. It says, you want to learn about the path that we took at Zappos to get over 1 billion in gross merchandise sales in less than 10 years. You want to learn about the path I took that eventually led me to Zappos and the lessons I learned along the way. You want to learn from all the mistakes we made at Zappos over the years so that your business can avoid making some of the same ones. You want to figure out the right balance of profit, passion, and purpose in business and in life. You want to build a long-term, enduring business and brand. You want to create a stronger company culture, which will make your employees and coworkers happier and create more employee engagement, leading to higher productivity. You want to deliver a better customer service experience, which will make your customers happier and create more customer loyalty, leading to increased profits. You want to build something special. You want to find inspiration and happiness in work and life. You ran out of firewood for your fireplace. This book makes an excellent fire starter. That's a lie. Books don't burn unless you hit them with that Fahrenheit. What is it? 451, 951? I don't know. Either way, books don't burn. So you played yourself with that quote, Zappos, but good job at trying to be funny. A couple of the things that I really like about this book and about Zappos company in general is two things. When they were coming up, they had it so tough, so tough. They had so many ups and downs, a lot of downs. But at one point, everybody that worked for the company that was willing to stay for the company, that was a ride or die Zappos employee, they all, like them and their families, moved into the head Zappo dude's office. Like he had a big old penthouse in San Francisco, and they all moved into it. They sectioned it off so that, you know, this dude with his family could live over there. Thanks, babe. You want to say hi to everyone? They want you to say hi. You got to say hi. Rosa just came in with the coffee.
Hi.
Thank you for the coffee.
Come in this way. Just come in sideways.
All right. Love you. Thank you for the coffee, babe. Anyway, so like everybody that was a ride or die Zappos employee, and I don't remember how many of them there were, but they all moved into the building. They were in the building. There was one building for the company to run out of. It was the owner, I believe it's Tony Hsieh, the CEOs. It was his house, his loft, and they were all living in it and working in it, like 3 or 4 families. And that's the type of dedication that it took to make Zappos what it was. The other thing is that the way that they talk about what's wrong with the camera, guys? Anyways, the way that they deal with their employees. So one of the things they do that's really amazing is that when they hire a new worker, they actually offer them money to quit. I don't remember how much money it was exactly, but it was a significant amount. I want to say it was like $2,000. So it was like, okay. And they also have something called the airport test. Don't let me forget about the airport test. So they basically hire someone, and then as soon as they're hired, they offer them $2,000 to quit. We'll pay you right now if you don't accept the job offer. And what that does is that weeds out the non-serious people that are not into the long-term benefits of really working for a company and building up a good, solid resume. So, and I guess they did the math on it in the fact of like hiring and firing and rehiring and training and whatever. They were actually saving money by paying people to quit and not having to train those people or deal with their boosh. And I thought that was really, really awesome. The other thing is they have something called the layover test at Zappos, where if you do not, if you don't fix, I don't know why I said fix, but basically they want to make sure you're a cool dude. So if they have everyone ask all the higher up employees, you know, what do you think about this dude, you know, like, and they hang out with you or whatever. I don't know the vetting process, but basically if you're not cool dude, you're not going to get the job. And they say like the airport test, meaning like if you were stuck on a layover with this person for 4 hours at an airport, would that be an enjoyable experience? And if the answer is no, we can't hire them. And I think that's super awesome because, forget skills, forget anything. Like the most important qualities in employees are like attitude, loyalty, and authenticity. We can teach you everything else, you know what I mean? But we can't teach you those things so well, and it's hard. So basically hiring people on the qualities that their mama gave them, you know what I mean? Or their dad. It was just Father's Day, so there's some awesome dads out there. But yeah, so that's Reezy recommended reading. And if you guys want to check out those books, I will put the links down below in the description so that you can check them out. Great books. I love all those books. When I come across these books when I'm scouting books, I don't even sell them. I just keep them to give to people as gifts. So the books that I like to read, when I come across them, I keep them as gifts to give to people, and that's pretty awesome. So let's see. I think I'm fully done with my notes here. Let me go over to Instagram comments and see what's up. Sorry, Instagram. I'm going to have to end this broadcast. You guys going to go over to YouTube and check out the rest. Thank you for tuning in. Peace. Give me a second, guys. I'm bringing up the Instagram comments and questions that people have for me to answer. Oh, yeah. I just found out today, guys, I'm going to VidCon. So if you're in LA, Anaheim area, and you're interested in meeting up, buy a ticket to VidCon. I'll be down there. I'll be down there with the guys from 8TV having a good time. I'll be looking for PewDiePie. Me and PewDiePie going to do a collabo. Trust me. Just kidding on that one. So let's go through these comments. On Instagram, we have the FBA Kid says, where do you mostly get your books? So we get our books mostly from thrift stores. We have a few bulk deals, but they're not consistent. Thrift stores and library sales, those are the major sources. So we have 3 full-time employees that are sourcing routes every single day and also going to any library sales that are within 1 to 2 hour radius of where they are at. And then we have a couple bulk contract deals with some places that I'm not going to disclose. And that pretty much feeds our beast. We also do yard sales and estate sales. We have alertifications turned on for Craigslist using if this, then that. That will tell us when there's books for sale. And then we check them out and we pop on the ones that are good. Let's see. The Liz Kellogg says, we want to know a good repricer tool and when should you start using one? So that's a great question. The repricer that I recommend for people to use for books is repriceit.com. It's cheap and affordable and it gets the job done. It's not the best repricer, but it's the cheapest one that's going to allow you to do the job. I've been using it for probably almost 10 years and I highly recommend it. When should you start using a repricer? You should start using a repricer when you get tired of manually repricing your books. So if you don't manually reprice it, if you do not manually reprice your books, you played yourself. You need to manually reprice your books until you get a repricer to reprice them for you. So once a day, once a week, once a month, whatever your strategy is, you can price it high. It doesn't sell in 30 days. Then you go back and manually price it down. You could do the same thing with your repricer. You manually price it, and then your repricer doesn't hit it until 30 days go by or whatever fits your business model. So the answer is when you get tired of manually repricing them. And I would say that's probably around like 1,000 books or so. I used to reprice hundreds and hundreds of books a day. And so I got super excited when we finally set up the reprice it with all the templates. Super good. Apollo Johnson says, hey, Reezy, what do I do if I go to a Goodwill a lot, but someone keeps taking all of the books before me? Okay, this is a common problem. You need to get there before them. You need to be there when the store opens. You might need to be there when the store closes. You might need to hang out at the store for an entire day a couple times so you can get a hold of the pulse of the store so you could understand the cycles, how they put out inventory and the such. But I highly recommend you taking a tip from Chad, the golden finger picker, and working your gift of gab. Bring the employees some coffee, bring them some donuts, clear the shelf out. Don't leave a mess, make it nice so that the employees appreciate you. Basically provide value, you know what I mean? Jab, jab, jab. And, maybe they'll tell you when the books are coming out. Several thrift stores that we go to every day, they will text us and tell us, hey, the books are coming out. You better get down here. Or maybe they'll even hold the books in the back for you to go through first before they wheel them out to the floor. Because most people, they just try to be customers and they're rude. They don't go the extra mile to befriend the employees or the workers or just to be a good human. And that makes it very easy to do our job, to be a good human, and to be able to develop relationships with the people who have the books. So, yeah, you just need to find out when they put the books on the shelf. Have you tried asking them? You got to ask them. There's only two ways to get something in this world. You either go get it or you ask for it. Work hard for it or you ask for it. So make sure you ask, make sure you're nice, make sure they like you. If they're Hispanic, practice your Spanish skills. You know what I mean? If they have kids, bring your kids in, figure out what your angle is, get in there, provide value, make them care about you, and then you will know. But yeah, you might have to go every single day, go at noon every single day. If that doesn't work, change up your time, go at 3 p.m. every single day, go when they open every single day. You'll figure it out, but you just need to get your finger on the pulse of the source. So the next question is from Luke. Luke Abiton, I'm sorry, Luke. I know we're boys, but I still don't know how to say your last name. So anyways, how many views, likes, subscribers on YouTube does it take to start making money directly from YouTube, not including the external network of opportunities it leads to, just strictly from ad money, if that is how it works? So that is how it works. A lot of YouTubers also have Amazon affiliate links in their description. It's pretty standard, and they make a decent amount of money off of the affiliate links. I know when your account is smaller, you're probably making much more off the Amazon affiliate links than you are off of your YouTube views, but it's super varied. It depends. So there's something called CPM, cost per mil, and that basically determines how much you're going to make per view or how much it costs to serve an ad to one of your viewers. And then that's directly related to how they sell the ads to the people that buy the ads or whatever. But if I have 80%, like just say we have two YouTube accounts and one has 20, they both have 20,000 followers, but one has 80% male viewership and the other one has 80% female viewership. The one with 80% female viewership is going to make much more because women buy more, guys. And so their CPM is going to be much, much higher. Dang, hold on. I just had a freak out because YouTube told me there was an error on the broadcast, and I'm going to go reload the broadcast and make sure we're good. All right, we're good. I freaked out for no reason. But anyways, yeah, so it comes down to CPM and watch time. How long are you keeping people on the video? Because obviously YouTube makes money from selling ads. And so the longer you keep people on YouTube, the more valuable you are to them. And that will make your CPM goes up. So do you do different strategies like I'll take questions, but I'm not going to answer them for 15 minutes or whatever. And I kind of do that or try to do that in my videos by doing the recommended reading, talking about this or that, and then going into the question. So you definitely need to get your watch time up. And another thing is your demographic. My demographic is 80% male, 18 to 45 years old. And you guys are the Reezy ninjas. You guys are unsellable. You guys don't really buy much. You're not clicking on my ads. So my CPM is very, very low compared to someone who sells clothing and does clothing hauls all the time, because women like to watch that kind of stuff. And so that increases your CPM. And obviously I cuss a lot and I just have a dude vibe. That's what Gary Vee told me. And so that's where I'm at. That's where I'm stuck. Maybe I need to bring Rosa and Luna into the channel more so I can skew my audience less towards male and try to get my CPM up or whatever. But basically that's all there is to it. And the amount that you make, it's roughly like, if it's hard to say because of those variables that I discussed, but like 2 cents per view, from anywhere from a fifth of a penny per view to 2 cents per view, something like that. Smash the like button if you're watching it, guys, if you like it. If you don't like it, smash the dislike button. I don't care. Just do something and let me know so I get some feedback. If you're listening to this on the podcast, I would appreciate a 5-star review. If you don't like it, hit me with a 1-star review. Either way, it helps me to provide valuable content for you guys. So let's go down. The next question is from Mary Sullivan, Beecher's Corner. She says, I need help branding across all networks. And who was your favorite person you met at the rally? So branding across all networks, that's like such a broad question. I'll help you with that. But I don't think I'm going to be able to answer that right here and right now, especially because you weren't that specific. Who was my favorite person that I met at the rally? My favorite person I met at the rally was my boy Landon, the thriftologist. He's just a really cool dude. We connected, being like-minded and both being into battle rap. Landon takes the cake, the thriftologist, but also Josh, Vogue Squared. He's a really cool dude. And like me, thriftologist, and Vogue Squared were just kicking it. You know, Vogue Square with the long hair, 2 fingers in the air. We were kicking it, just being some dirty ghetto kids at the bar. Just having a good time, and we were just spitting all kinds of game, slanguage. It was just great. So both of those guys are super good dudes. If you don't follow the Thriftologist on Instagram or Vogue Squared, you played yourself. Just saying. Both of those dudes are Reezy verified, solid dudes that you could trust, and are putting out good content, and basically just a couple friends of mine. So I hadn't had a lot of interaction with Josh McCallery, Vogue Squared, but I knew he was a pretty cool dude. But now I'm like, man, he's a really cool dude. And Thriftologist, I had already interacted with him a lot online. And so when we met, it doesn't feel like you're just meeting someone for the first time. If you don't like talk to people online and then meet them IRL, you don't know what I mean. But it's super weird to. It's like it's not the first time you met. You know what I mean? It's the first time your molecules touched, but you had already been exchanging energy before that. And another person that I met at the rally that I had met online before and engaged with a lot was Glenn Zubia of Hustler Hacks. He made this logo. He does all my logos for me. And it was the same kind of feeling, you know. I was like, wow, that was the first time we met. Like, for real? Huh. Also, he just put out a vlog today, part 1 from his trip. Your boy's in the video. Go check it out. And he said he's going to put out part 2 tonight also, probably after my live. So make sure you go check out Glenn Zubia, Hustler Hacks, because he's making me look good with graphics. If you need any graphics, holler at your boy. Another thing that was funny, they had an area at the rally where everybody could put their business cards out. And I noticed halfway through the day that all mine and Glenn's were gone. So I texted Glenn, and we had to go get more business cards. We had to re-up our business card game on the table. Pretty cool to see that everyone was taking our business cards. So the next question is from Nicole Michelle. She says, is there a percentage of books from inventory that will sell somewhat reliably? I know this is a high variable question, but trying to figure out what inventory total to work towards to meet a selling goal. Thank you. Any rough idea is appreciated. So if you use the Caleb Roth's tracking spreadsheet, which there's a link down below, you can keep track of your inventory and measure it and know exactly what those numbers are, what your sell-through rate is for 1 month, for 3 months, for 6 months, for 12 months, etc. And we do use that, but I'm not the one that manages that. My business partner, Ricky Analog, he manages that. So I'm not super in touch with this. But I would say that we sell like 25% of our inventory every 3 months and probably a little less than 50% every 6 months. I think by the end of 1 year, we've sold about 75% of our inventory. And then the last 25% sells off over the course of 2 to 3 years. So of course we make some bad decisions and we end up throwing some stuff away, and there is long-term storage fees. But hopefully the books that you are choosing to retain in your inventory that have very high rank are worthwhile, meaning you see the light at the end of the long-term storage fee tunnel. That was a long-winded metaphor. The Princess Hustle says, how do you send in loose leaf textbooks? In a binder, in a poly bag? No, we wrap them with saran wrap and then just tape it on and then put your sticker on that. It's pretty simple, super easy. Someone also asked me, this is not on the questions, but they asked me yesterday, I think, how do you ship shoes into FBA? Do you polybag them? Do you do this? Do you do that? We just put a rubber band on the lid and ship them in, and you're good. Don't overthink it, guys. Like, you want to send stuff in, focus on filling those boxes with products. So now I'm going to go on to the YouTube comments, which are, it's like 1 million comments. So if you made a question on YouTube, just post it again, and that will make my life easier. So let's go through here and see if we got any questions. We got so many people in here, guys. I'm going through it, and I don't even see questions. No one has any questions for me. Someone said they didn't put question, but I'll still read it. It says, what are your thoughts on the future of Amazon FBA selling other people's brand? They sell other people's brand already, so I don't know what that means. Let's talk about something that happened between the last show and this show. Amazon bought Whole Foods for $13.7 billion. Personally, I think that is a steal. That is a steal. That's a huge steal, because they not only acquired the intellectual property, they also acquired all the locations and all the suppliers. And if I sold groceries primarily on Amazon FBA, I would be pretty scared right now and uncertain of my own future as far as what's going to happen to the prices of the groceries and which products is Amazon going to start selling. The other thing is, let's just get like Reezy futurist on it and kind of think about what is going to possibly happen. So I don't think they're going to rebrand it as Amazon grocery stores, at least not at first, because we all love and know Whole Foods. I love Whole Foods. You might not. Shout out to Trader Joe's. They're pretty good too. But I do see them putting like the Amazon logo at the end of the Whole Foods logo, or like maybe just the Amazon smile underneath the Whole Foods logo. And I do see, maybe in the future they hook up their automated grocery store like they're doing the pilot in Seattle right now. I believe it's only for Amazon employees, but they're testing that technology, and I picture them rolling it out to grocery stores nationwide. Obviously, it's not going to happen too fast. But the one thing that I'm pretty certain that Amazon's going to do is that they're going to turn every Whole Foods into an Amazon Fresh distribution center. So what that means is that anybody who lives near a Whole Foods will be able to get fresh produce delivered to them, in like 1 hour or 2 hours, basically Prime Now for fresh food delivery from Amazon, which I don't have where I live. I have a Whole Foods where I live. I have 2 Whole Foods, but I can't get food delivered at all. I can get food delivered from Costco, but it's all non-perishable crap, and I don't eat any of that crap anyways. Everything I want is like eggs, almond milk, refrigerated stuff, produce, fruit, vegetables, all that stuff. And I'm excited to actually be able to get those. So they're gonna have part of the store is gonna be a distribution center for Amazon Fresh. I can guarantee that, and that's pretty exciting. So 13.7 billion. Good job. You stole it. You stole it like crazy. And if I recall, the stock prices went up on both companies, and so they essentially got the acquisition for free because their market cap went up. Let's go back into the YouTube questions. You guys are not hitting me with a bunch of questions. Remember, you got to write question in all capitals if you want me to get to your question. Question from Nat Grimm says, how many hours a day on average do you spend hustling? That's a very broad question, because I would consider all work hustling, but I'm assuming that you mean reselling in general. Some days I spend 0 hours sourcing products. Every day I probably spend at least 1 hour dealing with my Amazon account, customer service, making sure prices are good, doing maybe another hour doing eFlip, online arbitrage. But some days it's 0. But how many days do I spend, how many hours do I spend answering DMs? 1 to 2 hours a day. And that is pivotal and key to how I built up my brand. The Reezy Resells brand is through all of that hustling that I put into social media. How much time do I spend working on videos? Filming like maybe an hour a day, editing 0 to 4 to 6 to 8. I was just at O'Hare Airport, and I started a vlog from scratch and I nearly finished it, but it took me 7 hours. So Philadelphia day 4 of Reezy Goes is going to air probably tomorrow. But yeah, it's only going to be like 9 minutes long, but it's going to take me 9 hours to do. So hustle is everywhere, man. Let's go. Let's see. Do we got questions? Question. Do Goodwill from Ramona Lolza says, do Goodwill stores pre-sort their books and place the good ones on their website? Some of them do, some of them don't. You never know. Some of them just price it really higher and put it on the shelf. You should try asking the employees. What's the most you paid for a book to sell? I buy books off of eFlip for over $100 sometimes. Let's see. Where we at? Big West, y'all. Thriftology. Shout out to the moderators that are in here, keeping the chat solid. But you guys are not coming with all the questions. So Mary Sullivan says, no question, just a huge thank you for chatting and taking so many fun pics with me and my husband. Fun fact, guys, is that Mary actually purchased that white eBay jacket that I showed in a haul video a few days back or weeks ago or whatever. She purchased it from me directly and I mailed it to her, and it got to her in time for the rally, and she like wasn't wearing it, and I pretty much forced her to, I made her husband go to her room, get it and put it on just so we could take some pictures, because she busted my balls to get it to her in time for the rally, which I did, and then she wasn't even wearing it. So I didn't like that. And she also said her husband thought he would be bored at the rally, and I made him feel so good talking about music and family. So musical. Awesome. Yeah. Mary's husband makes music, so that's pretty cool. My wife's a career musician. My daughter's a musician. So definitely into that stuff. Dang, guys, you're not making this easy for me. I'm trying to get to these questions, and you guys are just having a chat party. Nat Grimm, another question. Same question as before. Apparently, I backtracked somehow. Let's keep going. Super Spro Bros is in the house. I'm just going to go to the bottom and start going up so that I can get this. Question, update on wholesale books. What kind of update are you seeking, Derek? I don't get it. Gage says, if you guys can do me a favor and go and grab the questions out of the chat and paste them down at the bottom, that would be killer. Kafori321 says, question, any tips and resources to get started on merch by Amazon? Yeah, definitely. So the main tip is that you don't think of a design you want to make and then make it. You need to make designs that have existing traffic. So you need to go and search on Amazon for Amazon merch shirts. You can do this using the Merch Research Chrome plugin. Shout out to Chris Green. That's a Chris Green product. And it just allows you to search. You can highlight a phrase and then search Amazon, but just for the merch shirts only. And then if you're using any one of a number other extensions, you'll be able to see the sales rank on the page results, and you can look at the shirts that have. So you do a search right now for 4th of July t-shirt, and you see, or flag 4th of July t-shirt, whatever. You'll see all the ones that come up. You'll see the ones that have the best ranks. Those are the ones that you want to try and improve upon and put better keywords on, not copy, improve upon. And the way that everybody does it that I know that's successful, they have a system, they have a spreadsheet, they have designers. Their job is to populate the spreadsheet with design ideas, including links to references. The designer wakes up every day, makes those designs, and then the other half of your job is reviewing those designs. Do they meet the cut or not? And then uploading them, obviously. But if you need more tips, you should follow my boy RJ Martinez. His Instagram is at RJ Martinez 2389, or and also definitely give a listen to the Merch Minds podcast that is done by Glenn Zubia of Hustler Hacks. And there's a lot of information on there because he's a designer, right? So if you're a designer, Amazon merch is perfect for you. You could make your own shirts. Ram Shyamdas says, which page is a good source to find a good VA? So you can do Upwork, you could do Fiverr, you can do, what is this other one? Onlinejobs.ph for some Philippine stuff. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Throw it in the chat and I'll correct myself after you help me know I was wrong. Question from FOA BP132 says, is it too early to start sourcing for toys for Q4? I'd say it's not too early, but it's close to being too early. If you're a bookseller, get ready to sell a lot of books in August and September and to roll that money into toys. That's one thing that I wish I would have did a long time ago. Shout out to the JC Files in London because he just woke up. Bro, you sleeping? You sleeping on Money Talks? Come on, bro. UFB says, question, do you think live on FBA scan is better or download? I don't understand live versus database. Duh. Database is way better, and it's the key to success. Live takes 1 to 5 seconds for the results to come on. Oh, we got some mail?
It's mine.
Oh, only Rosa's passport showed up. They don't want me to go to London. Rosa's passport showed up, but not mine.
I'm going by myself.
That's some bull. You think you can do the speaking gig without me, Rosa?
Never.
All right. Well, then, I don't know how that's going to work. When did you start paying yourself from selling books? I spend most of my earnings on more books. So my answer to that is not going to be the greatest answer because I didn't have any other source of income. Rosa had a job, but it wasn't enough to pay the bills. So from day one, I had to take profit out of the game to pay bills, to buy groceries, etc. So that's probably not a great idea for me to answer that question. But I mean, it's subjective. What's your business model? You know, how much money do you need to make from that? That's different than how much money I need to make. What are your bills? What are your goals? What are you trying to achieve? You know, I was working at a skate shop making $18,000 a year when I started doing Amazon 12, 13 years ago. Other people already had $100,000 a year job and they left that $100,000 a year job to start doing Amazon and eBay. So it's different for everybody. Everybody has different goals. What's the best way to handle non-repriced items? Reprice it. Still don't trust to auto upload. Manually reprice them. Go back on Money Talks 16, 17, 15. I don't know. One of those, I talk about the Mozart method and how I reprice books incredibly fast using several different plugins. One is Snaplinks Plus. The other one might be some kind of JavaScript stuff. I'm not exactly sure. I'll make a detailed video on that someday. The problem is that in order to make that video, I have to show someone's seller account, and I don't want to show mine because there's haters everywhere. And sharing your Amazon account is not a good idea. So, yeah, I need someone to volunteer me to be able to use their seller account so that I can make this video. I'll reprice your items for you, but I need to show that account so that I can get that content, and I'm not going to show mine. So sorry, guys. Let's see if we get any more questions. Oh, Nicole State had a question. Hold on, Nicole. Nicole says, dang, you guys popped the chat so hard. Is Joe State the most funny? He's funnier than you. Yeah, he's pretty funny. I think he's funnier than me. And that's saying a lot because I'm hella funny. So Joe's hella funny too. He's hella funnier. Pretty funny. Ramona says, how do you show up in the buy box as a brand new seller with no reviews yet? You might be able to get the buy box. Not 100% sure on that, but you want the buy box, you got to have a price damn near the cheapest price for the same condition or better. Occasionally, people will occupy the buy box with a price that's higher than the lowest price for that condition or better, but they also have better feedback, better metrics than the other person who has the better price. It's mostly price. If you want to know how the buy box works, there's a company called Feedvisor, Feedvisor. They put out something called the Buy Box Bible every year or every 6 months or something. Go read that thing and you'll understand the buy box much more. But I mean, I basically just told you what it is, so maybe don't read it. I don't know. Let's see. Question. Oh, John Case is from Manchester, not London. Come on. I'm sorry, bro. I'm a stupid American. We actually think London's a country in America. Sorry, dude. I'm also very poorly traveled, so I'm working on that. Soon I'll have like a map in my house with the little pinpoints all over it, just like my CPA does, that shows all the country he goes to because we go in places. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to London, guys. You guys should fly out to London just to see me. Jam Piece says, it seems like the big sellers all have replenishables. What are the ways to acquire reputable products below retail price? If you want to know how to do that, you might want to just talk to your boy Watch Me Amazon. But in with the short story is that get wholesale accounts, get wholesale catalogs, go through every single item on every single page until you find one that's profitable to sell on Amazon, and order a bunch of them, and then order a whole bunch more of them. There's plenty of people that are successful that don't have any replenishables at all. It's just mostly probably not Amazon sellers, but you're going to need wholesale accounts, or you're going to have private label, or you're going to have to be doing like Dollar Tree bundles or something like that. So shout out to Jeremy Manuel. He's a toothpaste king. Fool be coming out the Dollar Tree with shopping carts full of toothpaste. Also, excuse me, rip my voice, because if you watched any of the lives over the Reseller Rally or at the Giordano's dinner that 10K on the Bay and the Ecom Hustle put on, you know I used like a whole 6 months worth of my voice in a couple hours. So let's see. Guys, please refrain from answering questions that people ask. If you're in the chat and you're answering questions that people ask and they're supposed to be for me to answer, you're ruining it. You're ruining it. Let's see. I still love you though, but don't ruin it. Jay Diaz says, how do you handle refunds? What's your process like? I sell on Amazon FBA, so when people want their money, they get it. And that's pretty much it. You just deal with it. Make sure if it was Amazon's fault, make sure Amazon gives you the money back. But give customers, if customers are unhappy, give them their money back. Do you value your account? Like, who cares about the money you made from that one sale? You're in this to make money and to have a business. Forget about one sale. You should be supremely hyper focused on keeping your customers happy, because if your customers are happy, Amazon will never know that anything went wrong, and that will keep your account healthy and you'll be able to sell more stuff. So sometimes I'll have an unhappy customer. I'll go and buy the item at a loss for myself from a different website and send it directly to the customer just to make it right. I've even sent customers Amazon gift cards to encourage them to edit their feedback, because you can't ask them to remove it, but you can ask them to edit it. And I'm pretty sure you can't edit it. You can only remove it. So loophole alert. Derek Shupp says, going to buy a Gaylord of books. What should I do with the non-valuable books? You should bundle them together by topic or genre or author and sell them on lots on eBay, or sell them back to the local bookstore, or sell them to non-local bookstores using bookscouter.com. They have a mobile app and whatnot. You can make good money selling your duds back. Hey, Spike, how you doing? Jam Piece says he's on the Dollar Tree game heavy. Park J says, I've seen people rack big bucks just using slick deals. Yep, definitely. There's a couple people out there that are making good money just buying stuff on slick deals. The other thing is, guys, is that a lot of you guys are one-person show. You're one person. You run your whole operation. You do everything. So for you guys, it's simple for you to say, I'm going to do merch today, and then I'm going to do wholesale tomorrow, and then the next day I'm going to do slick deals, and then I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that. And Reezy, are you doing wholesale now that you met with Larry, Watch Me Amazon? No, I'm not, guys. And because I have an existing business that has an existing business model that has employees that have been trained to do certain tasks. So I'm going to run my book business. If I was to start wholesale or private label or focus heavy on online arbitrage or whatever, those would be separate businesses that I would start on the side. Or at the very least, I would bring in new employees. Hey, new employee, welcome to the crew. All you do is buy online arbitrage. Hey, new employee, welcome to the crew. All you do is eBay stuff. I can't just up and switch the way I do stuff, because I have an existing infrastructure and a business model and employees that count on me. Let's see. From Alibaba.com. Yes. I hope you didn't want more than that, because that was easy to answer. FawsB132, when would you source a movie-related toy item with no BSR? If it was a Disney movie or like a DreamWorks, if it was a kids movie, you're gonna get it as soon as possible, especially if your spidey sense goes off. You're not going to always be right, but sometimes you can get the inventory and then maybe you're not right. It doesn't pop because usually the merch comes out before the movie comes out, and then you can go return it if it doesn't work out. You know what I mean? Don't send it off to FBA if you're unsure. Cars, is it Cars 3, Disney stuff? Buy all of it. Disney stuff goes. I mean, I want to go see, I have to choose between going to see the Tupac movie or going to go see the Cars movie tonight. And I don't know. I'll probably end up seeing the Cars movie. I love Disney. Let's see. Ram Shyamdas says, I'm from Europe, hustling on US Amazon through Zen and using PPS, and I want to sell toys in fourth quarter. How to source toys online and get them to Amazon without touching it. It's 4 a.m., by the way. Well, thank you for tuning in at 4 a.m. when you should be sleeping, but obviously you're a hustler, so you're not. Zen arbitrage sucks. You should use eFlip. Anyways, it's way better. But aside from that, Tactical Arbitrage is a similar software that scrapes online stores and allows you to buy products. So it's the exact same thing you're doing, just using different software. It's a little different, but you're going to search for toys using Tactical Arbitrage. If you, sign up for Tactical Arbitrage. We have a code that can get you a free trial. It's TA Mastery, the letter TA Mastery. Check it out. It's a very useful tool, and it's exactly the same. You're buying toys from websites using Tactical Arbitrage, but you're shipping them to your American prep centers, which are then forwarding them to your FBA account. And if you guys don't know about that, you could do this outside of the country. It's totally feasible. My boy Park J TV, he's out there in South Korea using eFlip to buy books and ship them into prep facilities in America. And he's getting that textbook money. Let's see. Spike said he's killing it selling on Facebook. Yeah, Facebook Marketplace is huge. Don't overlook it. It's gonna shadow over Craigslist, guaranteed. Nat Graham says, I can get 25 cents a book. Do you think it's a good idea to get books that will only profit $1 to $2? What if the FBA rank is not good? So that's a two-part question. Is it should you get those books that will only make $1 to $2 profit? Yes, but only if the rank is good. If the rank is not good, you need to have it be worth more so that when it sells or if it sells, the payout is worth it, right? So think about things like, it used to be 10 per million, but now I'm going to say like 15 per million. So like $15 for or higher for a 1 million or up book, $30 or higher for a 2 million rank book, etc. It's all your own. It's subjective. How much risk do you want to take? How much money do you have, etc. How long can you wait for a return? Usually you're getting books for super cheap, so you shouldn't be concerned with how long it's going to take to get your money back, because when you're selling books, it's a cheap casino. Don't worry about it. Thriftologist and Nicole State cannot wait to watch Cars 3. I cannot wait either. I think I might surprise Rosa and be like, we going. Tyrone Hetherington says, how do you improve your keywords on your excess units when your books have low traffic? I've never, ever put a single keyword on a book. It's not necessary. Don't waste your time. It can be done 100% remotely using the prep center. You want to share your prep center, Jay? People want to know. Don't worry, they're not going to do it anyways. That's the funny thing is you share a massive amount of information on the internet, and then 99.9% of people don't ever act on any of it. So don't be scared about giving your secrets away, because you need to build a network around your knowledge. If you want to be online, if you want to do social media, you need to build a network around your knowledge. What do I mean by that? I mean, surround yourself with people that came to be around you based off of your knowledge. They want to hear about what you have to say. And so they come your way to hear what you have to say. And that builds a network of people around you, people that genuinely appreciate you and are happy for the knowledge that you shared. And when you have that network around you, there's an amazing amount of things you can do. You can learn from people together. You can get into affiliate marketing. You can do YouTube videos. You can do a lot of stuff, but you got to get people to care about you, right? And it's the same thing for marketing products. If you have a small brand or even a big brand, you got to make the customers care about you. How do you do that? You provide value, build a network around your knowledge. So I just turned the Instagram live back on. If you guys have any questions for the show, please put them on the box right now and I will answer those questions. Shout out to the Hustle Bee. He picked my man Glenn Zubia up from the airport, I believe, and they were kicking it. That's in Glenn's new vlog that he did. Let's see. Ram Shamidas says, why is eFlip better than Zen? So first off, the interface, I like the interface better. Second off, well, let's just say Zen has something that eFlip doesn't have, and I do think that's pretty cool. They have a marketplace where you can buy and sell the books, so you don't even have to buy them. You just find them, and then you sell the book you could have bought to someone else, the ISBN or whatever. So that's cool or whatever, but why is it better? For one, eFlip is ran by a very, very smart individual, by Caleb Roth. He's a self-proclaimed data junkie. His brother works at Google. His brother helped him develop the software. The software is amazing. The other thing is that they have a much tighter database. So what do I mean by that? I mean, they removed all the junk. They removed all the stuff that's never, ever sold from the database. So, and another thing is Zen Arbitrage. The dude that runs that is scandalous. So he's over here. First off, his name's not even Peter Valley, but he tries to act like that is his name. Like, obviously my name's not Reezy Resells, but I'm not trying to front like that's my real name. The other thing is that Zen Arbitrage actually pays people to slander eFlip. So you'll see some YouTube videos of people talking smack on eFlip. Those people were paid by Zen Arbitrage to make those videos. That's not something that I want to get down with and put money in that guy's pocket. The other thing is he'll market his software and he'll say, we've got the largest database, when he fully knows that that statement is true but boosh, because your database is comprised of dead weight that has never sold. So Caleb, eFlip, they took that out. So yeah, there's less items, but it's a better database. You're going to spend less time combing through a bunch of boosh. I'm trying to refrain from using cuss words, and to come down to it, Caleb is a bookseller. He's in our community. He's developing the best book selling software that will ever exist. And, it's by a bookseller for booksellers. And so I'm keeping my money in the family. You vote with your money, and I'm not trying to put my money into some bad people's pockets. You know what I mean? That's the honest truth. And also, if you want to know the details, Jim Pickens made a great video that is eFlip versus Zen Arbitrage, and he wasn't paid by eFlip to make that video. So go watch it, and Jim breaks it down. Jim is pretty funny. He's straight to the point, though. Like, if you think I'm straight to the point, Jim is straight to the point. Like, he's pretty funny. I'm not sure when Scout IQ is going to come out. Karen Cassidy says those guys were fun to hang out with on Friday night. Gave me a ride back to the hotel in Chicago with 10K. So fun. Yeah, shout out to 10K on the Bay. He was there too. All your favorite hustlers were out there. Shout out to Oakbrook Clothiers on Instagram, because he brought me some pizza from Lou Malnati's, and he was clowning on me for not having it, so he got it, and then I ate it. And I played myself because I didn't wear this Bulls hat when I went on the trip. I totally forgot I had it, and I found it when I got back. So I played myself. But funny story, this hat came from the Kansas City Goodwill bins with the tag on it. I got it for $2, and I wore it for like a year plus with the tags on it, until one night I got self-conscious and ripped the tags off. But yeah, I rocked it with the vintage starter hologram tag for like a year plus. Ramashyamdas says, question, if I buy some new toys, how to list them? Are those new toys or like new as date of buy is already sooner. I don't understand. Don't try to sell used toys on Amazon. I mean, you can sell some stuff, but generally, I don't hear about a lot of people selling used toys on Amazon. It's mostly brand new stuff. If you have like older stuff, collectible board games or whatever, sure, sell those. Did I meet Craigslist Hunter? I did. I shook his hand a couple times, gave him a hug, daps, because if you know me, like I don't just shake people's hands. I get the handshake and I come in for the chest bump because I gotta put the chakra together. And I'm gonna tell you, Pete, Craigslist Hunter, solid dude, Reezy verified. Just a great dude. He's been in the game. He's a double OG, triple OG veteran. And I got nothing but good vibes off of him. So it's pretty cool. Also, during the Reseller Rally, there was a moment where Chad Golden Finger Picker was talking about this piece that Pete had in his store because he has a retail store. And he was like, yo, I really want it. And sorry, I just got a text from someone. He said, I really want this piece or whatever. Or he was talking about eyeing it down or whatever. And Pete was like, could you guys excuse me from the stage? And Craigslist Hunter comes back like a couple minutes later because he lives in Chicago, I think. And he had the item. He brought it with him, I'm guessing. And he just gave it to Golden Finger Picker. And that was a pretty cool moment because it was something that he wanted. And there was a backstory. Like, he had been trying to buy it from him for a while. And he was like, no, not for sale, not for sale, not for sale. My impression of Craigslist Hunter is nowhere near as good as Golden Finger Pickers. He killed it. But yeah, it was not for sale, not for sale, not for sale. And then he gave it to him for free. So pretty cool dude. It's just cool to see all the resellers get together and mingle and help each other out, you know, and show the love. The one thing that people also talked about is that it's important to connect with people online because the reselling business can be very lonely. You're at home, you're on a computer, you're outsourcing stuff, whatever. It gets lonely. You don't have a lot of coworkers in an office. Yeah, you don't have a cubicle, but you also don't have a lot of coworkers. And so we get on Instagram and we call each other our coworkers, and then we have our water cooler talk in the chat, in the comments. You know what I mean? And that's pretty awesome. So shout out to everybody in the reseller community because you guys are all really, really awesome. For the most part, all I catch is PMA from everybody. Everybody's hustling. Everybody's sharing tips with each other. Like at the Reseller Rally, people brought stuff to give to other resellers. Like they were talking in DMs and stuff before, like, oh, what do you want? I got this. You got that? And Mary Sullivan's at the bar with a bunch of vintage board games, one of which was a unused Partridge Family board game. Someone brought that for her. Another person had like this $150 USPS mail bag that they thrifted from somewhere. And someone else brought that for them. That was pretty cool. Like people were bringing stuff. Landon, the thriftologist, he brought me a Hornets hat. Like, I appreciate that, man. That's so cool. I would wear it, but I had to wear this hat because I played myself and I wanted to let you guys know. So that's basically what it comes down to. Let's see. I can't read these so well, or I know what happened. My stupid software is lowering the brightness on my screen. Joe again. Chad Golden Finger Picker gave me a box with a couple of old Nintendo Famicom consoles and tons of games because he knows I collect that stuff. Yeah, that was pretty cool, right? Like, sharing is caring, and the reseller community is really tight. I love it. Shout out to all the nice people. Hashtag people are awesome. Everyone get off the broadcast and go post that. People are awesome on Facebook, on Twitter, Instagram, whatever. I want to see that. Hashtag people are awesome. We got to make happiness louder, guys, because all you hear about is negativity, internet beef, blah, 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 blah. But when you're in the streets with real people, it's nothing but PMA. Trust me. Thriftologist knows. He said, it kills me when people say people suck. I met so many people in those 2 days and everybody was amazing. Right? Everybody was amazing. I mean, I'm sure I was a little bit loud, but everybody was amazing. So someone has a question. They said, if I buy a toy and sell, then the customer can see that toy was bought sooner than when the customer bought it. Also, warranty is shorter. That is why. Is it new or like new? Still don't really understand your question. Part of it I can answer. If things have guarantees, then and you're the reseller, oftentimes it doesn't come with the guarantee, so you're not supposed to sell them as new. States Place says our gift to everyone was getting Reezy there. Yeah, pretty much. Nicole and Rosa guilt tripped me into going. I wanted to go, but I was like, yo, I got responsibilities, like my man Tommy from Rugrats. And they were like, no, you got to go. So I went. And that's what happened. People are awesome. States Place says, ain't no industry. I'm in the streets. Yeah, obviously Joe is running that chat right now because Nicole's not in the street, but Joe stays in the street. Shout out to Joe for being the homie. Actually shared a room with Joe, and it's pretty funny. Really funny, actually. TJL says, I bet the reseller rally was awesome. Can't wait to catch one. Catch them at the next one, bro. Either that or catch me at ReezyCon 2018. Maybe 2017. I don't know. It might take a long time to plan, but I legit want to make my own conference and just make an all-star lineup of people and just call it ReezyCon. I'm sorry. I'm just a connector like that. About to be ReezyCon 2018. I'm on YouTube now, Brian the Oakbrook Picker. Awesome. Awesome. Good job, Brian. Thanks for the pizza, bro. And you see me out here. I'm looking good in the Chicago hat now. Reezy for President 2020. Master P motivation forever. Yeah, you don't understand. So before we went down to the reseller rally, me and Joe were just banging Master P Ghetto D on repeat in the bedroom. That's it. I'm not even lying. We were playing Master P. And of course I was on here like talking about like, man, Master P was like at the forefront of his game. He was out here providing value. Again, if you don't listen to rap and you don't know what Ghetto D is about, you have no idea what I'm talking about. But Master P, he has a song. He basically tells you how to make crack in the song. And I was like, man, he was providing value. That's that hood value. You'll be there, Reezy. You're coming to ReezyCon. Let's do it. ReezyCon, States Place, ReezyCon. Joe's going to rip his pants again. That's going to be your trademark, Joe. For the rest of your life, you have to rip your pants. I ripped my pants. SpongeBob alert. Park J says, good looking going live during the Chicago meetup. It was almost like I was there, and I think you was the only person going live on it. For real, though, man. If I'm ever at an event and you want me to go live, just hit me up like, Reezy, go live. Like, tag me crazy. Like, Reezy, go live. Like, I know you're there. Go live, especially if you're one of the close homies that has my text number. Tell me, go live. Call me, 209-83-Reezy. Say, Reezy, what you doing? Go live. Like, I'm missing it. Trust me, I'm going to be at VidCon this weekend, and I'm going to be live. So if you guys want to know what VidCon's like, YouTube convention, hit me up. I'll be going live nonstop. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. I don't know if they'll have a bar or not, so I don't know if I'll be Liddy live, but I'll definitely be live. Karen Cassidy, Emma, just another reseller speaker for ReezyCon. Not reseller. Yeah, Emma, just another seller. She almost stabbed me with a butter knife. She's super awesome too. Nicole introduced me to her. Great person, individual, super nice and positive, besides the whole stabbing me part with the butter knife. But yeah, just another seller on Instagram. And yeah, do not mess with Ukrainian women, especially when they have a butter knife. Do you know how hard you have to stab someone to puncture them with a butter knife? West Coast reseller event. You know it. You know it. John Case from London says, John Case from Manchester says, sorry, John, I'm putting going to the reseller rally as one of his 2018 goals. Hashtag across the pond. That's what's up, John. ReezyCon, Posh Hangers down with ReezyCon. Thriftology says, make crack like this. Yeah, that's the hook on the Ghetto D song. So if you're listening to this and you're offended by that, you should probably unfollow me and unsubscribe immediately, because I'm liable to say way worse things and make way more gangster rap pop culture references. That's just how I get down. Anyways, guys, I think we're coming to the end here. It's not much of a call-in show. It's mostly me answering questions from the chat and from the Instagram. I'll take like one call. If someone wants to call in, I'll do that. But yeah, I've already been live for an hour and a half. So that's the fastest hour and a half of my life, basically. Thank you for skipping my question 3 times, says Jancy L. Put your question in the box and I'll answer it right now. I didn't purposely skip your question. There's just way too much stuff going on in the chat. And so what happens is every time someone comments, the bar scrolls to the bottom. And so I miss where I was at. If you ever are on the show and you want to make sure your question gets answered, you need to post it on my Instagram wall when I ask for questions. If you're watching the show, you should notice that I went through and answered every single question on the Instagram feed. So you're not trying very hard to get your question answered. Yeah. So I'm sorry if I skipped your question, but maybe you need to try a little bit harder. I'm just one man show, man. I don't have a team of people going through the questions, helping me. I'm setting up the broadcast. I'm doing the lighting. I got 3 or 4 different things going on broadcast. So sometimes I'm going to make a mistake. I'm human. Here we go again with this toy question. If I buy a toy in Walmart, let's say 24th of May, and sell it on the 30th of August, then I sell it as like new and I provide to customer document that it was bought the 24th of May, or I don't provide document and say it's new. You're way overthinking it. That question is just super, super duper crazy. It makes 0 sense. Buy a new toy, sell it as new. That's what happens. That's all you need to know. I don't know what you're on about this 24, this time difference or whatever. That makes no sense to me. Let's see. Jesse says, hey, Reezy, thanks for all the info you shared. Just wanted to let you know we've made $3,107 in our first 30 consecutive days. Hell yeah, Jesse. Good job, Jesse. Sorry. What is my Instagram? It's Reezy Resells. What did you think it was? It's Reezy Resells on everything. I'd be a fool not to have the same name on every platform, and so would you. I was looking for questions too. Sorry, I missed it. Sorry, guys. They said you need Rosa. Quit making it harder than it has to be, because that's a catastrophe. I got a royalty if Reezy makes that shirt. What shirt, Brian? Which one? Reezy Bueller? No, provide documents. No, not now, not ever. Reezy Resells is the IG. Someone says, I got 100 Nike shoes not selling as merchant. Any ideas? Put them on eBay, lower your prices. Any one of those 2 things. Meet the market somewhere. Charles says, Reezy was lit, guaranteed. That's where my voice got burnt up. Reezy has a great business card. Show it, Reezy. Let me see if I have any on me. Hold on. Rosa! Let's see if Rosa will bring it out here. Hold up. Rosa! Super rude for me to just yell like that, but I don't want to leave you guys hanging. Let me text her. I'll text Rosa real quick. Hold on a sec. Just text my wife real quick. Hey, Rosa. Bring me a... Yeah, they want to see you. And can you bring me a business card? They want to see the business card too.
Slide into your DMs like, what?
Can you bring me 1 or 2 of those business cards so I can show the people?
Yeah.
Appreciate you. Yeah, the funny thing is Luna makes like little paper cell phones, like drawing them on paper with crayon and whatnot. And my new business cards look like a cell phone. So that's her new cell phone. She just walks around and takes pictures and then says, check out my pictures. Let's see. What up, Peter173? Let's see, you got some? Boom. Check it out, guys. So here they are. Let me make sure that it focuses on it. Front and back.
You eating?
Yeah, I was eating. No, I got you a whole thing by yourself.
Where's mine?
It's in my backpack. So this is the business card. It's not really focusing. I'm sorry, guys. It's not looking too good. But anyways, yeah, if it was focused. Oh, there we go. Focus. There we go. That's the back and that's the front. The printer actually made an error on the card up in here. Yeah, don't look at my nails. They might burn your eyeballs out. But this part right here is supposed to be my profile picture. So I don't know if the artwork was messed up or if the printer messed it up. But either way, it still serves the purpose. And it might be the coolest business card ever made. That's my Snapchat code right there. And yes, it does work when you scan it. So pretty cool social media business cards that look like cell phones. This was my idea, but once again, Glenn Zubia of Hustler Hacks made it a reality. Check it out. I got my Snap code. I got my branding. I got my P.O. box. I got all my social media right there. Boom. Killing it. Killing it, son. I'm killing it. I'm super humble. I just say I'm killing it. That's pretty awesome. Reezy and Glenn had the best business cards. Yep, we the best business cards. Is that funny? Glenn designed both of the best business cards. We had to re-up. All right. See you later, Jay. Have fun at your jobby job. I wasn't looking at your nails till you said not to look. I'm sorry. I burned out your eyeballs.
They're blind.
Have you read Audience by Chris Green? No, I didn't know he wrote a book called Audience. But I have read How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. That's a good book. Yeah, I'm good. I guess they wanted you, but you don't want to say hi, so it is what it is.
My hair's not done.
Do you guys have any questions for Rosa? Like, how do you deal with Mike's insanity? Does Mike ever shut up?
No,
Never?
never.
Ever.
Wait, unless you're like texting and answering messages.
Then I'm good?
Well, with me, yeah.
Anyways, guys, I think that's going to be about it. Can we hire Rosa as the question asker? That way you can ask all the questions. That'd be tight.
That'd be nice.
But I'd have to get my act together and have you guys submit the questions beforehand. And that
Because
might...
I'm making dinner during this.
Yeah, dinner time. Why are you eating popcorn if you're making dinner?
Because we still got to wait a while. It's in the oven.
Brian says, do you sleep, Reezy? I do sleep. I generally try and sleep only about 5 hours a night. So go to bed 2 a.m., wake up at 7 a.m.
Bring Luna in here?
You could bring Luna in here if she wants to say hi real quick.
Oh, she always wants to say hi.
Can Rosa be my BFF? For sure, but you're gonna have to
Yes.
you're gonna have to send her some messages, Nicole. Friendships aren't made overnight. You guys are gonna have BFF necklaces? That's so tight. How much do I love Rosa? So much. Amazing amount. Got to get up early to hustle. All right, peace out, Karen Cassidy. Good show, my man. Yeah, the show's pretty much over, guys. Please smash the like button if you haven't smashed it. I would appreciate that. If you're not subscribed to my channel, subscribe to the channel. Why wouldn't you be subscribed? And let's see. A couple more questions. Genuine Thrift Shoes says, does Rosa have a sister? Hook me up. She does. She got 2 sisters, but I'm not going to put them out there like that. Anthony Resells says, how much do the Snapchat shades cost? They cost $130. Ian Sane says, ancient aliens. You guys want to talk about aliens? Are you coming on the live, Luna? Look at the camera right there. Say hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
She's got her phone with her.
Oh, you got your phone? Show them your phone. You're using that to take pictures and call people?
No, I like to do musicallys on it.
Oh, you do musicallys on it. That's great.
Daddy,
So,
what's
what
your
do you want
favorite
with it?
song?
That's Facebook Live.
Daddy, what's your favorite song?
Master P Ghetto D.
Okay.
so you're trying to keep up with all of these questions on 3 platforms.
Okay, got it on, Daddy. You have to sing it.
Make. We're not gonna. But tell them, Luna. Tell them about marketing
These are Daddy's business cards and their phones.
and their phones.
She stepped in.
You're crazy, Luna. Everybody says hi to you.
Is this a popcorn?
Yeah, it is.
Dad's
Happy
hiding the
late
popcorn
Father's
from
Day.
us.
What is your favorite song, Luna? They want to know.
My favorite song is Get Back Up Again.
From the Trolls soundtrack.
Mama, get in here, you big.
Hey, lower your voice. Don't use your monster voice, okay?
Mama, please come in here.
We're gonna end this broadcast though, Luna. Can you tell them what we say when we're done? Tell them this has been a Reezy Resells broadcast.
This has been a Reezy.
Look up here.
This has been a Reezy Resells broadcast.
And if you ain't flipping,
If you ain't flipping, you're slipping.
all right, guys, have a good night. Thank you for tuning in. If you're not subscribed to my podcast, please subscribe to the podcast. I appreciate all of you for tuning in, and I'll see you guys on next
While
week.
we're eating our popcorn.
Make sure to check me out on live Instagram and probably YouTube because I'm gonna be
This
at
is so delicious.
You're not eating anymore.
I'm gonna be at VidCon this weekend, and it's gonna be some good content.
Business cards.
Business cards. Anyways,
I'm taking
guys,
one just in case if mine gets broken.
another one. Another one. Like Luna said, guys, if you ain't flipping,
Yes, slipping.